all right now? Yes, but with concerns, because this is the final show for Black Sabbath, which is coming. It's been announced for Aston Villa's ground, quite right, and it's the original lineup, and it will be. There are some concerns, a struggle. I mean, I'd be concerned just because of the ravages of time and the way lives have been lived and that kind of thing. I'd be concerned for Bill Ward, although there are things that can be done as far as enhancements if they want to go down that route. And I'm not saying they do, but the main concern has to be for Ozzy. Really, you're not going to get a going crazy performance, are you? I suppose that might be said, but you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that level of energy, obviously. I mean, obviously, of course, and understood. And I'm not being ageist in any way, shape or form, and I love Black Sabbath, and that's one of the concerns that I have. It's going to be a valedictory situation, isn't it? They've got an enormous lineup under them, including Metallica and Mastodon and Anthrax, I think, are on there, aren't they? And Lamb of God, I think, are on there. That might change as things go forward, but we've got a bit of time. But I know that they've stayed active, all of them, apart from Bill, really. They've stayed active in the music world. And they were together it's not as if together for the first time in 40 years, because they have come back and produced what some people regard as a really good album, 13. I don't regard it as particularly brilliant. I think it's too dense, to be honest, but then I've always liked a bit of melody with Black Sabbath and never thought they were they just really doomy, aren't they? No, they're not. There's more to it than that. But it will be fantastic to see them, and it'll be interesting for those... well, first of all, it needs to be a live stream, doesn't it? Because there's loads of people who won't be able to get over across the pond. And also, it's going to be interesting for those people who are younger, because their fans have constantly developed, because, you kids look at their parents' record collections, and there are lots of albums that have come out of, which is the Tony Martin years have come out recently, and we've got the stuff with, for instance, with Glenn Hughes, Iommi and Glenn Hughes, and let's not forget that Ozzy's been producing superb albums fairly recently, with Andrew Watt. So, and Geezer's done some really good stuff in the fairly recent past, which I must revisit, because the GZR albums, the three of them are great. First one in particular, actually. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. What you don't want is a situation, and it's only my own personal view, where we had the documentary about the Genesis tour, and it was. It looked like it. It didn't look like it was the kind of... It looked like it was a final pass, and it looked like it did have a finality about it rather than a celebration. You want it to have a celebration, don't you? And I think, actually, at this point, we've just got to the point, and I know that Sharon is saying, Ozzy's doing really well, he's doing really well, but he's got some health concerns. But at this point, I think it's just at the time when they can actually give out one final concert. And I know that the crowd will reach them, and it'll be a 60-40 situation, and it might have to be. But they've earned that, haven't they? So it is great to hear. It is great news. It sounds like a great lineup and a great day. And I don't know if I'll be there, but I'd pretty much love to be. Wouldn't anybody who's a metal fan? All right now. Yeah. Ta-ta.